Yo, welcome back to the channel. Hope that you are having a great time. I hope that you're learning something brand new. So last time I talked to you about writing. Now we're going to shift over into the R, which is revising. All right, so you're going to allow your writing to sit for a few days, and then you're going to go back to it. You're going to review it, and then you're going to find a couple of friends, co-workers, family members, colleagues, church mates, maybe even your kids if they're good readers and good writers. You're going to ask someone to review what you have just to make sure that it makes sense in their head the way that it makes in your head. Because again, when you're writing, it's important for you to slow down, to think and to process and really plan and organize your sections and your paragraphs and your pages, just like you were the reader. So I want you to think about being in the mind of the reader, right? And then I want you to come up with a group of peers. Could be any of those people in those groups that I listed before. Get about 5 to 10, maybe 15, 20. The more you get, the better. You're going to give these folks maybe a week to go through, read what you have. And at this point, you should probably have about 3 chapters done. So you should definitely have your introduction done. Then you should have your chapter 1. Then you should have your chapter 2 and 3. And then you want to stop. And you want to make sure that it flows and it makes sense. So choose people who will tell you the truth, who are honest but not brutal, right? You want people who are going to share with you their honest feedback, their ideas, and you want to ask them, hey, what is missing? What they say is going to drive your writing when you get to the next part, okay? This is important. Please do not skip this process. Revising is extremely important because if you haven't had the opportunity to ever get anything peer edited before or peer reviewed before, oh my gosh, you're going to learn so much. For those of you that have had this done before, if you've been to college and you've done this as a part of an assignment, you know it's painful, it's excruciating, but it's worth it. It's like when you go to the gym and you tear your body down, you tear your muscles down only to build them back up. That's what you're doing with this process. You're going to have people review and they're going to share with you their honest feedback. And you have to put your big girl panties on, put your big boy underoos on, and you have to be able to suck it up, buttercup, because the feedback that you get is going to be so crucial and it's going to be amazing because guess what? When you're in the middle of this writing phase and revising phase, guess what? You have time. You have time to make changes and make it better. That's why I call this first copy your sloppy copy. So let them read it, let them review it, get it back, take the feedback, and then you're going to revise. Okay? So you've got your sloppy copy, and then it comes back to you, and then you're going to do a rough draft. And hopefully those same people will be available again, and you send it back so they review it again. And then you have that rough draft, and then you have a first draft and a second draft. By the time this book is done, you're going to have like 5 different drafts. So make sure that you put the date on each draft, right? After your peers have reviewed it, now it's time to get an editor. You need to hire a professional editor to help you so that it looks beautiful when it's all over, okay? Smart people will use Google Docs or Word Docs because what happens is on Google Docs, your editor can actually edit as you're writing. I call that working in tandem. So you're not just isolated in one room by yourself. You've got your editor who you can share your document with and they can watch you as you work. Whistle while you work. Ooh, 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 right? So you definitely want to get help with your manuscript. You never want to produce the entire manuscript. I see this happen all the time. People write a whole manuscript, 150, 200 pages, and then they submit it to someone to review. That's not what we do in my community. we do developmental editing, which means we edit it, we write it, we format it as we go. We go one chapter at a time so that you are clear as the author that that is what you want to say and that's how you want to say it. All right, so that's the end of the second phase, which is revising. And now we're going to go on to phase 3. Make sure you like and share this video and subscribe if you love this content, because you know I'm going to be on here again tomorrow. Bye.